Okay, so hi Ansis.
Hi Lena.
Hi everybody. I came today to Latvia, to Adaži, to the Ansis place and to the Ansis garden that he created and that he lives in.
Yes.
So let's come together and see.
Okay. That's the main entrance of the house and also of the garden. And I would like to say probably some words about the history of my garden. I live here for 10 years now, and garden was built already 10 years ago, but what we are seeing right now, 90% of this is totally recreated. And this part, for example, is this flower bed is, for example, about 5 years old now, and this was like one of the first experiments of more or less natural planting. Here we have some challenges too, because as you see, here is a lot of pine trees, and I would say that this is half shade or even shade. And my main target is that garden should be flowering all the time. So it's quite an achievement and quite a challenge. Everybody who knows about something about landscaping and gardening will understand me.
Yes.
So it should look good through all the seasons. Winter time is a really big problem for us, and I think in Lithuania the same, and also early spring. But I would say that last couple of years we have achieved good results, and season started here in this flower bed in early March with snowdrops. Then is following crocuses, irises, and then is coming out tulips. I'm not replanting anything here. I'm also don't like to weed it and to do anything in my garden. Okay, I'm mowing the grass sometimes, but for bulbs it's really important for me to make them stable and for a long time. Most of them are those 5 years old, so it's a great culture to cultivate, and it's also easy in maintenance.
You mean that you don't dig out?
Yes, bulbs. No,
anything.
No, not because it's labor, it's time. I don't have both of them. So for me, it's important. It should be like a sustainable and to flower all the season and looking good.
How did you manage with bulbs?
Yes, for example, snowdrops, crocuses, alliums are really stable during all long years, and it's no problem with them. Tulips are like I see them in this shade or half shade, like a 2 years culture, and I am pulling them out in second year after flowering, and that's all.
So let's go further.
Yeah.
What about the decorative grasses?
Decorative grasses is also a challenge for the situations like here, like shade. Only some types of them are quite okay here in shade. And as you can see, for example, this one is approximately also 3 or 4 years old, and it's not really big one. So it's again because of shade and because of, I guess, because of concurrence they have between each other with perennials. So it's really important to mix them properly, and we are still learning on it. But for example, here you can see also 3 types of hydrangea. It's only because of autumn and for the winter to let something stay. Also, I'm leaving through the winter everything which is taking shape and keeping shape. For example, astilbe. Also, when flowering is finished, those flower heads is brown, but I like them. Yes, I am leaving them, like Pitodov has said, who said that brown color is not a color. So I totally agree. It's right. It's a good color. I like a lot Nepeta, Achillea mollis, because of the shape of this like a feeling of freedom a bit, and they are also taking a great space and a long time of attractivity. Also, I love a lot astilbe here because of the shade tolerance. They are here feeling really well, and also Astrantia major is one of my favorite plants for the shade. What I dislike in this flower bed still, it's those empty gaps. And my opinion always about the garden is that the garden is flowers and plants, and display of it. It's not about to show up with the mulch or soil. So I guess mulch you could see in bags, and soil also is possible to see probably in some fields and so on. I don't like to see soil at all in my garden. I only want to see flowers. Yes, but it's hard to achieve because plants are changing their shape. They are a bit moving on, like Monarda. Each year she is a bit in different place. So yeah, but it's a matter of time and of experience for sure to get it. And now we have found out about this assortment which is suitable for this half shade, and now it works really well. I'm really satisfied already for some years, and everything works great here.
But it takes time, right, to create a garden?
Yeah, sometimes it takes time, and you know, as a professional, I should say that we should design garden in one step. Like for example, we are doing designs in about half a year time, and we should do it once, and everything should be great. And also in conference I would share some tips how we're doing this and how it's possible to achieve to get the great garden in one step or some steps, but in one design process. But in my garden I love to think about this a bit longer. For example, also I put the lines and I put this design with sticks and strings, and sometimes even I'm going around 2 months to feel myself in this form, in this design. Probably I'm changing all the time something, but at the end of the day I'm coming to design which is in which I feel like really in. So it should be like totally with me. So also this part of the garden, this is the newest one, and this was created exactly 1 year ago, and now I'm waiting a bit for inspiration and for funding too to finish it, because here will be like a secret garden, like a sunken garden, a bit deepen in this surroundings. As you can see already, some rhododendrons are here. There will be probably a bit more of shrubs, but a lot of grasses and perennials too. And in my opinion also garden should be like with intrigue, and it should all the time open something new, and this is one of those garden rooms which I am creating in my own garden, and we are creating in our clients' gardens, that it's always about the feeling and about the possibility to walk through your garden. Also in my garden I have now 2 places or 3 places to sit down. Here will be the 4th or 5th, and I think it should be, I don't know, countless places to sit and rest and look at your garden, because sometimes we see in gardens that people are only working in them, and they don't enjoy them and have fun with garden. But that's because that's the reason why I don't like doing anything in my garden. I like to enjoy it and to sit in it and walk around and to think about it, or probably learn something from it. But mainly it gives me a lot of pleasure each day. It's when you're starting day with flowers. Wow, I think it could be anything better like this. So yes, and this is also very easy, like an arch, which I did make by my own in just one day. I take in the woods some sticks, put them together. I think it's quite an easy design, quite an easy solution, but it should look really well. There I put 3 types of climbing plants here, so I would like them to cover one half and probably go to a bit to other half. And as you can see here, also a garden should be, in my opinion, also like a game between the different types of things or contrasts. And as you can see here, here is like a nice lawn, and here is like a total wildness.
Like a natural path?
Yes, I just move it with the normal lawn mower once a week or once in 2 weeks time, and it gives also possibility to walk around. My garden is not probably really big, but it's quite okay. But this gives you again a chance to see it from different points and different perspectives. Now you can see astilbes in this flower bed is great, and all the displays. I see it, and I think it's in quite a good proportion with the house. What I like here the most, it's the contrast between the moved grass and the wild grass. So it also gives like a deep feeling of this garden, like a natural feeling of this garden. Also, it's good way to get to the swings. Yes, yeah. And about the swings, I have 3 children, and when I started my garden, I did a lot of things for children, and I could share also my personal experience. Only the swings works really long time and are used almost every day. Everything else is not used at all. For example, this really nice tree house. It was like also one of the serious projects I did with my colleagues, and it's also my design. But I would say that it worked great, and everybody likes it. But kids don't use it. And here we can probably see the best, probably the design and shape. And again, you can see that there is like a strict line of this flower bed close to house, and opposite across the lawn, I made it curved because to accent this difference of forms, not to put the straight form there. And I guess that's the main thing. And here you can see this shape of this small Dutch dream garden, and it's filling in nicely and taking form and shape now. Here is also like a focal point here. where should be some artwork, but it haven't come to me yet. I like to celebrate life as much as possible, and here is one of the places I'm doing that. So it's quite big terrace. It's about 50 square meters. It's I have put nice spots on the edge. It gives nice form and gives like a border to feel comfortable in terrace. So yes, here is possible to take great party for 10 till 20 people without any problem.
So you designed it in that way that you could to sit in the terrace and see beautiful view as well.
Yes, exactly. It's to all the directions there should be nice views, and as you can see here, there is also some connection between the lines. And this is also from inspiration from England. I did this form for berries. Here I have 2 bushes of white currant, then is black currant, and there is red currant. The reason of this trail is that I wanted to a bit separate from the terrace, because probably if I won't weed it, it won't look so good. But I didn't want to put a hedge here or like a wall here. And this espalier gives the possibility that it's like a light wall or light hedge. Yes, you can see it through, but you don't see it like in total. Some of the beds are still out of plants, because for start I thought that it's quite a small kitchen garden, but now I realize that it's quite a big kitchen garden. When the plants are really strong growing, it's not so easy to eat everything of it. So yeah. One of the beds now is used for my smallest daughter. She's only 3 years old now. This sand is interesting for her still, but when it won't be so, the plants will be back here. Yes, exactly.
But still, there is something growing there.
Ah, yes, there is raspberries. It's autumn raspberries, two colors. It's one is red and one is yellow. So it's nice to sit in the sand and to eat fresh raspberries.
And here the path changes.
Yes, a bit.
We are going away from that zone.
Yes, exactly. This is this Dutch Dream Garden, as I have named it, and also here you see some experiments. And here I put some nice gravel paths. We also try to put different proportions of these materials to see how it works here, and I really like this path here because it's really gives a natural feeling in this part of the garden, and it's more soft, more like a natural. And this, as you can see, also planting is just filling in, because it's only the second year. And again, it's about the assortment. Of course, I put it inside some plants which are probably not so suitable for shady places, but I like them really much. So you can see more or less the same plants. Here I add also Echinacea, Sanguisorba, and so on. Eryngiums I like really much. I hope they will like my garden too. But they are for sure for more sunniest places, but I hope they will be here as well. Some of natural lilies already is finishing the flowering, but was really great, and in the evening they give such a nice scent. It was gorgeous. And the point of the hedge also was like to separate ourselves from the neighbor's garden. and also I would like it to let it till it reach around 2.20 meters, not more, but I don't like to see over it, and also it will keep a bit wind away, I hope, in this part of the garden. So yeah, and here we are heading to my main sitting place, and I'm sitting here twice a day as minimum. So
this is your place.
Yes, exactly, and there is wonderful view. I can see through this part of garden, and probably sometimes even nobody sees that I'm here sitting. And usually here is my dog and my cat, and they are fighting which one will be here. So it's a great place to sit.
What are those white sticks about?
It was like a solution. 2 years ago we had like a big party in garden, and there were only those view hedges in it, and everything else was like bare soil, black soil. And I thought how to make this part of the garden interesting for people, and I put those white sticks in it, and they still here because I like them a lot. They gives also brightness in it, because as you can feel it already, it's shady, and even in evenings this is more bright here. There is the last part of the garden because it's nobody sees it. I had left like a natural grass here, and 2 years ago here was like a normal lawn. I told to myself, who is seeing this lawn? You are cutting, you are irrigating, you are fertilizing.
Yeah.
And then when I reconstructed that part of the garden, I put all the fertile soil in those beds, and all the sand put here, because here is pine trees, there is only sand. Okay. And I saw here like a mixture of flower plants, of meadow plants. So it was mixture for light soil and sandy soil. Only 2 weeks ago there was gorgeous displays of two types of flowers. It was only this and this type of flowers were flowering, but also now you can see that a change is going on, and something new is developing. And also this one is only 1.5 years old, so this is like a first summer when it looks great. Quite a different view in like a city garden, and in my opinion it's again great that you can find totally different feeling here.
You move it twice a year?
Twice a year, once or twice. Normally it should be twice. Like for example now, but again, if it's flowering well, I don't like to cut it off, so probably I will let it to the autumn and then cut it once, and that's all. And I'm also, as you can see, I don't have any like a strong feeling that garden should be kept really well or opposite unkept. I think it's always about right proportion, that I have parts where is really big input from labor and cost, for example lawn with automatic irrigation and so on, but there is corner where is no input at all. So I guess it's again about the right mix of things, and even philosophies. It should be good together.
We'll meet you in the Garden Style Conference in Vilnius soon. What you will be saying there? You will be talking about 3 gardens. Yes,
one of them will be my garden, and two different gardens extra. I'm talking about the design process, and also about the process of building the gardens and maintaining them, and I think the main thing, as you heard here, I won't hide any mistakes and any problems or challenges we went through or I'm going through all the day in our work. But main points I would like to say is that a garden should be with intrigue, that those different spaces or garden rooms, in my opinion, should be found and solved. Second thing is for me it's really important that garden is flowering all the time and changing all the time. Okay, as you can see, there is probably not so many flowers, but still it's flowering. And yes, a lot of contrasts, accents, and so on. And main thing is that you should put your heart in it. And I guess in every profession, but the most important in gardening, like a really creative profession, if there is no passion and no total input of yourself, and you don't put your love in it, it doesn't work. So probably it will be a good garden or normal garden, but it won't be special garden. So yeah. So I like that things are done in 110%. So that's the main target.
Okay, so I think our meeting in Vilnius in the conference will be really interesting, and we're really excited to hear you sharing your experience and your ideas.
Oh yes, I'm also looking forward for it.
Thanks, Ansis, for this wonderful today's afternoon in your garden. If you like this video, so you just put the like button and subscribe to get more videos about gardening. And,
yes, and visit the conference.
Yeah, and visit the conference at www.gardenstyle.lt. See you?
Yeah, see you soon.
Bye.